Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so you're thinking about retirement, maybe protecting your savings. You've probably heard Gold IRA.
Oh yeah, it comes up a lot,
hmm
especially with market volatility.
But picking a provider, it feels almost impossible. So many claims, hidden fees maybe.
Yeah.
Just want a straight answer.
It's a confusing space, definitely. Lots of companies saying they're the best, and choosing wrong can mean, well, headaches and high costs later.
Exactly. So today we're cutting through that. We've got this deep research report, really comprehensive.
Yeah, this wasn't just a quick look. It evaluated, what, over 80 Gold IRA companies.
Over 80, going back to 2011. And it's pinpointed the top 5 for 2025.
And our goal here is to boil that down for you. What are the real differences? The fees? What about, like, the IRS rules?
We want to give you that shortcut, help you get informed fast.
And this analysis, it's solid. It comes from Doug Young, 20-plus years in finance, over 15 just in Gold IRAs. So it's based on real vetting.
Not just flashy ads.
Definitely not. Okay, so first things first. Let's clear up who does what. This is where people get tripped up.
Right, the Gold IRA company versus the custodian. They sound similar.
They do, but they have very different jobs.
Yeah.
Think of the Gold IRA company as, like, your guide, your personal concierge for this whole thing.
So they help you choose the metals, set things up.
Exactly. Education, setup, choosing the actual IRA-approved gold or silver, getting it vaulted.
Yeah.
They handle the customer-facing side, the support.
Okay. And the custodian then is more behind the scenes.
Precisely. The custodian is the IRS-approved bank or trust company. Their role is purely administrative, regulatory stuff.
So they don't sell you gold.
Nope. They handle compliance, keep the records for the IRS, and make sure your metals are physically safe in an approved depository. They're the rule keepers, the legal backbone.
That distinction is super important. Okay, so you know who does what. Then you have to pick the type of account, right? Tax implications.
Correct. The research highlights 3 main types.
Mhm.
First, the traditional Gold IRA.
The classic one.
Yeah. Fund it with pre-tax money. Get a tax break now, but withdrawals in retirement. Taxed as income.
Good if you think you'll earn less, tax-wise, in retirement.
Generally, yes. Then there's the Roth Gold IRA.
The one people talk about a lot. Opposite tax treatment.
Exactly. You fund it with money you've already paid taxes on, after-tax dollars.
And the payoff.
Qualified withdrawals in retirement are completely tax-free. Huge benefit if you expect to be in a higher tax bracket later.
Makes sense. And the third one, for business owners.
Right. The SEP Gold IRA. For self-employed folks, small business owners. Tax-wise, it works like a traditional IRA.
But the big difference is.
Contribution limits. You can put away a lot more each year. Very powerful tool if you run your own business.
Okay, players defined, products defined. Now, how did this research actually sift through those 80 companies? What made the top 5 stand out?
It was pretty rigorous. They focused on 4 key things that signal, trust and legitimacy, not just popularity.
Okay, like what?
First was reputation and accreditation. So looking hard at verified BBB ratings, BCA ratings.
Beyond just stars, but the details.
Yeah, complaint history. And crucially, how well did they resolve any issues that came up? That tells you a lot.
So ethics over just sales numbers. Got it. What's pillar number 2?
Compliance focus. This is huge for IRAs. Strict adherence to IRS rules.
Meaning?
Using only IRS-approved storage facilities, ensuring all the metals meet the minimum purity standards.
Yeah.
Basically, playing by the government's rules completely.
Non-negotiable. And number 3 must be about the cost.
Fee transparency. This was a big one. They really favored companies that were upfront about all costs. No hidden charges.
What are the typical ranges we're talking about?
Well, setup fees can be anywhere from, say, $50 up to maybe $295. Annual fees for maintenance, maybe $80 to $175.
Right.
And storage, typically $100 to $180 a year.
And the best companies just tell you this straight up.
Yes. Clear upfront disclosure was key. We'll circle back to this when we discuss the companies.
Okay. And the 4th pillar sounds like it's about the relationship.
It is. Education. The top companies weren't just salespeople. They provided real education, guides, one-on-one talks.
Not just pressure to buy.
Right. They focused on making sure you understand why you're investing and offered ongoing support, lifetime support, ideally.
Okay, let's get to the rankings then. This is where we see the trade-offs, right? Minimum investment versus specific services. Number 1 overall, Augusta Precious Metals.
Yeah, Augusta comes out on top. Big reasons. Trust signals. 0 complaints on BBB and BCA. A+ and AAA ratings. Plus, Money Magazine named them best overall 3 years running 23, 24, and now 25.
That's impressive. And their standout feature is that education piece.
Absolutely. They offer these private web conferences,
Yeah.
one-on-one, led by Devlin Steele. He's a Harvard-trained economist.
So it's actual analysis, not a sales pitch.
That's the idea. Deep dives into the economy, why gold and silver might fit. It's pretty unique.
But there's always a but. That high minimum investment, $50,000, is that filtering for serious investors or just locking people out?
Probably a bit of both, honestly. It definitely targets a higher net worth client. But that might be how they can afford to offer that level of in-depth, personalized education.
Makes sense. What about their fees? Are they transparent?
Very. $50 for the custodian application, $125 a year for the custodian, and storage is $100 for non-segregated or $150 for segregated. They sometimes even offer free fees for several years.
Okay, hold on. Segregated versus non-segregated storage. What's the actual difference? Does it matter?
It definitely can matter to people. Segregated means your specific coins, your bars, are held separately, identified just for you.
Okay.
Non-segregated or pooled storage means your metals are held alongside other clients' identical metals. It's perfectly safe and insured, but you don't get back the exact same bar you put in, just one of the same type and weight.
And segregated costs a bit more.
Usually, yeah, because it takes more administrative effort to track individual items. Peace of mind for some.
Got it. Okay, number 2, Goldco. Their angle seems to be accessibility.
Exactly. Rated best for minimum investment because, well, they don't have one. No minimum at all.
That opens the door for a lot more people.
For sure. And they still have strong ratings. A+ with the BBB, AAA from PCA. Known for a good buyback program, too.
Okay, but here's where I question that transparency pillar a bit. The source says Goldco's pricing isn't easily found online. You need a consultation. How does that square with prioritizing transparency?
That's a fair critique, and the research acknowledges it. It's a definite drawback. Their annual fees, once you get them, are low $50 setup, $80 maintenance, $100 to $150 storage.
So the fees themselves are good, just not advertised up front.
The analysis seemed to weigh the zero minimum and strong service ratings as balancing out that lack of initial price visibility online. It's a trade-off you need to be aware of.
Okay. Number 3, American Hartford Gold, AHG. Best for flexible product offerings.
AHG has a pretty low minimum, too. $10,000 for IRAs, even less for cash buys, $5,000. And they offer some interesting products, like the Valcambi Combi Bar.
Combi bar. What's the advantage there? Sounds like breaking off pieces.
That's exactly it. Think of it like a gold chocolate bar. You can break off smaller 1-gram pieces.
Ah, so for liquidity, if you only need to sell a small amount.
Precisely. Instead of selling a whole ounce, you can liquidate just a few grams. That flexibility is a big deal for some investors worried about needing smaller amounts later.
Interesting. They also have a buyback guarantee and multiple storage options. Now, the source mentions home storage. We need to be really clear on this.
Yes, absolutely critical. AHG, like others, might offer home storage, but listen carefully. That's only for metals you buy directly with cash outside of an IRA.
Not for your IRA gold.
Definitely not. IRS rules are crystal clear. Precious metals held inside an IRA must be stored in an approved third-party depository. Trying to keep them at home, that blows up your IRA status. Taxes, penalties, big mistake.
Okay, vital clarification. Can't treat IRA gold like personal jewelry. Number 4 is Advantage Gold. Best for competitive annual fees.
Right. Advantage Gold aims for that lower-end investor, too. Minimums around $5,000 to $10,000. They offer the full range gold, silver, platinum, palladium.
And their fees?
The setup fee is a bit higher, maybe around $295 one time. But their ongoing annual fees are competitive. Admin around $175, storage around $100.
So a trade-off between upfront and ongoing costs. And finally, number 5, Birch Gold Group. Best for selection of precious metals.
Birch has a $10,000 minimum. Their strength is the sheer variety of IRA-eligible coins and bars they offer across all 4 metals: gold, silver, platinum, palladium.
And fees support.
Fees are transparent, competitive, about $50 setup, $80 to $100 for annual maintenance, $100 for storage, and they emphasize having a dedicated specialist for you, plus lifetime support.
Okay, that covers the top players and their angles. Let's switch to the practical stuff. Actually funding one of these accounts. The rollover process seems like where most people get nervous.
It does seem daunting, but it's a standard process. Usually involves about 6 steps, coordinated between the Gold IRA company and the custodian. From choosing them to buying the metals and storing them.
But the money itself, Most
Yeah.
people use rollovers from like an old 401k, right? Not just new cash.
That's very common.
Yeah.
And there are two main ways to do it. Understanding the difference is key.
Okay, break it down for us. Direct versus indirect rollover.
First, direct rollover. This is the safest, cleanest way. The money goes straight from your old retirement account provider directly to the new Gold IRA custodian.
You never touch the money yourself.
Correct. It moves trustee to trustee,
Yep.
zero chance of accidentally breaking IRS rules, no tax reporting issues, no penalties. Simple.
Okay. And the other way? Indirect. That sounds riskier.
It can be. With an indirect rollover, you receive the funds, usually as a check made out to you. Then you have exactly 60 days to deposit that entire amount into your new Gold IRA custodian account.
And if you miss that 60-day deadline, even by a day,
Big trouble. The IRS considers it an early withdrawal. You'll owe income tax on the whole amount, plus likely a 10% penalty if you're under 59.5.
ouch. So direct rollover seems like the no-brainer.
Almost always the recommended path, yes. Much less potential for costly mistakes.
Okay, last practical point. Liquidity.
Hey.
Your gold is locked in a vault somewhere. How do you actually sell it if you need the cash later? The buyback process.
Right. It requires coordination. You don't just walk into the vault. You start by contacting your Gold IRA company, the dealer you bought from.
Okay.
They'll give you a current market quote, their buyback offer. If you accept, then the custodian gets involved.
Your legal role again.
Exactly. The custodian handles the instructions to release the physical metal from the depository and transfer it legally back to the dealer.
And once the dealer gets the metal.
They finalize the transaction, and the cash proceeds are sent back to your IRA account, held by the custodian. Ready for reinvestment or withdrawal, depending on your situation.
So that partnership between the company and the custodian is vital for smooth selling too. Makes sense why vetting both is important. Okay, let's try to summarize the key differentiators for someone listening.
Sure. If you really value that deep expert education and you meet that $50K minimum, Augusta looks like the top choice, especially with their complaint-free record.
Right.
If your main goal is just getting started, maybe with a smaller amount, and you want the absolute lowest barrier to entry, Goldco's no minimum policy is huge, despite the need to call for pricing.
Okay.
And if you're thinking about needing flexibility later, maybe selling off smaller bits of gold, that combi bar option makes American Hartford Gold really stand out.
That gives people a clear starting point based on their own priorities.
And that leads to the final thought here. Investing in gold, it can be a powerful move for diversification. But the expert analysis really concludes this. The best company doesn't exist in a vacuum.
It depends on you.
Exactly. The best fit is deeply personal. It depends on your specific financial situation, your comfort level with minimums, your need for education versus, say, product variety. You have to align the company's offering with your own goals.
So do your homework, use insights like these, but match it to your life.
That's the only way to move forward with confidence in this space.